I fall in love not with people, but with the idea of being loved by someone who cannot stay. In thought, I bloom, in reality, I recoil, as if the ideal must remain untouched, for the actual feels too cruel. Am I not both the dreamer and the destroyer of dreams? It says that existence precedes essence, yet I search for essence. Before I let existence touch me, I build cathedrals in my mind and leave the doors locked, so no worshipper may ever defile the sanctity of my imagined God. When someone walks close, I fear they will see me not as soul, but as skin. And in that unveiling, my divinity will be reduced to dust. So I run. But when they abandon me, ghost me, reject me, a wound opens, yet another closes. For some sick sacred part of me loves the absence more than the presence, the distance more than the embrace. I'm both the slave craving chains and the master holding the hood. Maybe hell is not other people. Maybe hell is the self I refuse to meet in the mirror of intimacy. I am the philosopher who questions every answer until meaning dies of exhaustion. But still, in the ruins of contradiction, I find something holy. Because pain is the proof that I have not yet gone numb. And maybe that is all the purpose I will ever need. Maybe this pain is not from one wound. Maybe it's 100 layers of hurt all screaming at once from different timelines. There's a version of me that still flinches at loud footsteps, another that never learned how to cry without guilt, one who loved too fast, one who used silence like a knife. I exist like a multiverse glitz, all my versions bleeding at once. Pain, like particles, refuses to be still. Sometimes a wave, sometimes a weight. I collapse like a black hole, beautiful from afar, destructive at the core. Do you know entropy? That everything moves from order to chaos. Maybe I was never broken. Maybe I was just inevitable. There's trauma in my tissue, anger in my adrenaline rush. My nervous system does not know the difference between heartbreak and war. I am wired for survival, but starving for surrender. I loved people who harmed me because I was addicted to chaos. I hurt people who loved me because love felt like captivity. Tell me, who's the real monster? The girl who was hurt, or the woman who learned to bite back? I am the both victim and the villain, the story and the scar, the scream and the silence. Do not try to fix me, do not try to understand me. Just witness me. Maybe in another timeline I never bled. Maybe I'm dancing barefoot in the rain, laughing untouched by betrayal. But in this one, I'm here, raw, real, raising, asking the void to remember my name. I was never meant to be simple. I was made of echoes, of depth, of timelines, of truths too heavy for shallow people. Do not pity me, do not praise me, just feel me. You were not a lover. You were a reaction, an exothermic rush that lit my skin then left my soul in ashes. We never reached equilibrium. You were a volatile compound, and I, a lone electron searching for a stable cell. Our bond was ionic at best. You took what you needed and left me positively charged and hollow. I tried to synthesize meaning from your silence, distill affection from fleeting touch. But you were a catalyst for the chaos, not connection. When you evaporated, I grieved, but also exhaled, because deep down I knew you were never meant to stay in my beaker. You belong to the air. Now I study you like a formula I misunderstood. One I was never meant to balance, but just observe and burn with, and let go of before the lab exploded.